Maybe I'm crazy, but I am totally here for a LeBron MJ one-on-one. We deserve it.
All day, every day.
We deserve it.
Against that version of Michael Jordan?
Against his current version? Yeah, like real life right now. I would love to see it. I'm still taking Jordan, by the way.
What?
I am. Of course. We'll get to it later. Calm down. Calm down, Willie.
Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm not.
Welcome to Maybe I'm Crazy podcast. I am legendary coach Tony D'Amato. This is Willie Beeman.
Willie. My name is Willie. Willie Beeman. Woo! Y'all lucky I kept my shirt on for this episode.
Yes, we are. Mm-hmm. Happy Halloween.
Yes.
We had a fun weekend. Mm-hmm. Everyone did.
No, we had a fun one.
We did.
We pulled up to your spot and the Uber driver was like, "Where the hell are y'all going?" It's like, we're going to a Halloween party.
We are going to a Halloween party.
We at the Halloween party.
Yes, we are. It was very fun. Thank you for coming.
Of course.
You were a white woman who calls the police on black people for no reason.
Yes, but Michelle was my emotional support dog. Let me say this. Walking around your home in this evening Halloween party. We've been to many parties at your house. We've never been to one at night. I wish I wasn't wearing a muumuu. Possibly, like, because you know what I mean? Like, I know people have makeup on their face and everybody's, but like walking around basically in a dress at your Halloween party. Michelle and I both wish that someone would have been like, "Hey guys, make maybe a different costume."
Well, I mean, you did not run your costume by me at all. I wouldn't have said no. But yeah, wearing a dress presents different, problematic things, which now you know.
Just for the night.
Yeah. So next time, go with a non-dress option.
Halloween 2018.
Heller and his girlfriend were great.
Yes.
They were Brittany and Justin in the jean outfit.
Yeah, I looked a little more country than I wanted to, but
2019,
thank you for having us.
2001 VMAs.
2001 VMAs pre 9/11.
Yes, and Ashley was priest Post Malone.
Yes, Ashley was pre Post Malone with the Donnie was Axel Foley.
Yes.
Not to be confused with someone else from Detroit in LA.
Yes. Yeah. Everyone was great. It was very fun. I was Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead.
Say it again.
Dia.
Dias.
De los.
De los.
No. De los Muertos.
Muertos.
Just say Day of the Dead. It's easier.
I wanted to do that, but I didn't have to. I don't know. I can't do the makeup.
No, you can't do the makeup?
It's very difficult.
I paid someone to do the makeup for me.
Did you do Earls?
I did not do Earls. I paid the same person to do Earls, and she did a great job on everybody. It was fun. Happy Halloween, everyone.
Yes.
Be safe if you're going out trick-or-treating.
Don't do that.
Don't go trick-or-treating?
Just Halloween as a whole. In Detroit, like, Halloween is just like the most violent day of the year. So it's just like, it's Devil's Night. It's like a weird, taste in my mouth.
Tonight is Devil's Night.
Yes.
Tomorrow, actual Halloween, if you're watching on actual Halloween, which you would be, because then the YouTube channel would be up.
Yeah, that's true.
For programming purposes. Happy Halloween. But if you're listening and it's tonight, it's Devil's Night, behave yourself.
Yes,
okay, because we don't have time for that. Yeah. Devil's Night is always one of those nights where it's like, this isn't the purge. Okay?
I know.
Just relax. Okay? You will get smacked. You will go to jail.
Yeah.
It's not available until we start hearing the alarms, which we're very close to, by the way.
True that.
We're creeping ever so close.
To purge land? Yeah. I figured Christians have all these other holidays.
Question.
You guys can have Halloween.
Real question. If they actually do the purge, which is in like 5 minutes, are you purging or are you hiding? It's a very simple answer. The answer is obviously that you are hiding.
Is it?
You're gonna go purging?
I want to go. I would like to go out and pray for people.
You're a purger?
I would go out and pray for people.
You realize during the purge, people can kill you even if you're praying.
Exactly.
Did you watch the latest purge?
You got to test God sometimes.
Did you watch the new purge?
I have not seen the new purge.
Okay, in the new purge, there's one drug dealer on Staten Island. Very accurate. And they do things in churches, so it goes down.
No,
anyway.
I mean, you got God walks with you. It's not just in church.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He protects you during the purge too.
I don't know.
All right. Anyway, we've gone off track. Greg Jennings joins us today. It's an NFL trade deadline, so there's a lot going on. We will talk about. There's a lot going on with the trade deadline. There's a lot going on in Cleveland. There's just too much going on in Cleveland. And we'll get to World Series. We got to stop fighting with each other. Nicki and Cardi. We got to stop this.
The beef is.
How does this thing stay on you normal?
Beef is well done. You wear it on the head.
How do they run around?
You run it on the head.
Yeah, but he wears it in the movie. It doesn't do the thing. Does it need to be on your neck more?
It's like for 2 seconds.
That's not an exact replica per se.
That's fair.
No, it's fine. And also what I mentioned earlier in Petty Core, we get to LeBron and MJ. But let's get started with Greg Jennings. Greg Jennings,
What's
thanks
happening?
So much for joining us.
Yes, Coach.
You guys don't know this because it was never was never posted.
Yes.
But when we were testing for the podcast, Greg Jennings was a guest, and now you are actually on the podcast. So thanks for joining us. Congratulations on the Western Michigan Hall of Fame.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Very nice thing.
You in the Hall of Fame?
You know, I tried to do what I could do when I had an opportunity to do it.
You deserve that. You deserve that.
I mean, look, he's not legendary coach Tony D'Amato, but
Not at all.
you know, you try. You do your best.
Greg Jennings, he's famous.
You do your best. Yes. Although I'm kind of like Tanya D'Amato.
Okay.
I think a remix.
You look like Tony.
I look like Tony?
Yeah, you definitely look like Tony.
There's so much going on this week, especially with your former team, the Packers. So first things first, what do you think about what the recently traded Ty Montgomery did? So if you don't know what happened, just go give it a little Google. But basically, he ran the ball out, fumbled. Aaron Rodgers very upset. Players very upset, and then he defended himself, and he is now no longer a Packer. He has just been traded to the Ravens for a 2020 7th-round draft pick. So they were like, goodbye.
You can take him. You can basically
like,
just...
please remove him from our locker room. That is unacceptable.
Wild.
So your thoughts on what he did, first of all, and then the trade.
What he did during the game, I felt like it was... I didn't look at it as selfish. I always look at it from a player's perspective of... When you're frustrated, you do want to make a play however you can make a play. Right. And whether it were right, wrong, it's wrong because of the result, the fumble. So that's what makes it just completely, absolutely, why did you do that? But had he not fumbled, you don't have a problem with it, even though you lose a 2-minute timeout, all of that. But I think it was warranted, the frustration from the teammates. Where I felt like the teammates went too far was the anonymous quotes of what they felt. Just own it. Just say it. It's cool. You have every right to be upset. He should know that you're upset. I think that was warranted. His response to that, I think that's what we got. It was him being frustrated at more so the teammates and how the media. I'm going to throw Jason Whitlock out there, how he just attacked his character and made it about a business decision.
Right.
I beat up on Jason about that yesterday, but I can't honestly say that I'm completely against what Ty Montgomery did, because when I look at a guy like Odell Beckham and his frustrations, you will do anything to make a play. We've seen him on the punt return team now as a returner more now than we have in the past. Why? Because he feels like Eli can't give him the ball. So however I can get on the field and try to make a play and do what I can to help make this team win, that's what I want to do. It wasn't malicious. However, I think this was the easy way out for the Packers to let him go. You really have no tie to him anymore because he is the third string guy. He doesn't. I don't want to say he doesn't mean anything to your team. Obviously, he doesn't with. Just give me a 7th-round pick.
But he saved the team 2 seasons ago.
Exactly, which is why he is so frustrated. Which then, it's almost like, as a player, you start feeling like they owe you something, and that is the biggest mistake you can make as a player. When you feel like they owe you something because of what you've done, versus just keeping that same mentality of this is a business. I'm going to do what I need to do to make sure that I'm okay. That's why Le'Veon Bell, keep doing what you're doing, because nobody looks at it when it's roles reversed. Right. So, I mean, this is business, and I think the Packers did what they felt was best for them moving forward and that locker room. Right. They don't have to answer any questions about it. He's not even in there.
He was on the block regardless before that play. And that's why I didn't like the conversation. They made it look like he was a complete idiot for doing so, which you can argue like being a smart football mind versus like a Ty Gurley who was smart to know how to solidify a win. If he didn't fumble the ball, no one would be talking about this.
A couple years ago, he made a play on the return team, kickoff return, where the ball is about to go out of bounds. It did not land out of bounds, but he took his right foot, put it out of bounds, left foot inbounds, and put his hands on the ball, which is a rule to kick out of bounds. You get the ball at the 45-yard line. Smart play by Ty Montgomery. This is why the Green Bay Packers have players like this. This is all this. Now all of a sudden, it just wasn't smart.
I mean, it's always what have you done for me lately.
Exactly.
Like, you always have to update your resume. But I think it speaks more to overall what's going on with the Packers. Like, what's happening with Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy? Are we all making like much ado about nothing there? Is this always kind of their relationship? Because the drum beat's starting to get a little louder that he may be out of there at the end of the season.
I just don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. I think this has always been, for the most part, their relationship. It's always been a very friction-based, but I push you, you push me. We don't always agree, but at the end of the day, we want the same thing. We want the same result, and I think they've been able to get that to a degree. Not Super Bowls. It hasn't equated to Super Bowl wins, but it has equated to a Super Bowl win, which you give a guy grace. Like, he has won. Mike McCarthy's resume speaks for itself. He can't go out there and play. He's not making all the general manager personnel decisions,
right.
So you can't put it all on him. And I think that saves his job more than anything.
Okay, so Mike McCarthy's been linked to the Browns.
Yes.
Is if he's going to leave the Packers, then he would go to the Browns. You know, the Browns fired Hugh Jackson. There's a lot going on with that. But look, Hugh Jackson, he was kind of rubbing me the wrong way last week because I had some optimism for the Browns, which is very uncharacteristic for me because I don't care about the Browns, and I'm from Pittsburgh. They're little brother always.
You, didn't you?
You know what it is? They do, and they always do that.
They do every year.
They do, and they always do that. Those damn editors, okay? They figure it out. They know how to pull the heartstrings. You're like, I kind of like this team.
Yeah.
Historically, my entire life I've hated this team, and for some reason, the music or something, I don't know what it is. They get
Baker.
You. I do like Baker, and I was rooting for Baker, and I am rooting for Baker, but the editors do a good job too.
Yes.
But the issue and everyone's pointing to that staff meeting where Todd Haley's talking about how basically they're just like lazy, basically like they're not fighting through injuries, they're not competing, and Hugh Jackson just wants to respond with it's his team. And the first time I watched that clip, I was like, that's not the response that I think you should have in that spot. But I didn't really think of it as being egotistical. You know what I mean? Because you're not in the room, you don't know what the energy is, and you don't know what their conversations are. Maybe he's constantly picking at Hugh Jackson, and he just needs to check him in front of everybody to remind him like he isn't the head coach.
Right.
But then now we're hearing everything. Yeah, Todd Haley. Yeah. Now for the past 2 weeks, everything's about he's the head coach, he's the head coach, he's the head coach. Now he's fired, and Todd Haley's fired. So obviously there was dissension between the two of them, which is the problem. But now you've got a rookie quarterback who's going to be led by Greg Williams. I don't understand. Like, I would like to pretend like I'm shocked because it's the Browns, so I'm not shocked. But what do you do?
Well, I think if we go all the way back, it starts when John Dorsey. I'm sorry.
John Dorsey, okay, yeah.
John Dorsey, he gets the general manager job, and he's now making personnel decisions. And that's number one. Hugh Jackson was one that let's be honest, we were shocked that he retained him.
Right.
It was like, okay, it's kind of a shocking. But when you retain a guy like that who's not your guy, you kind of revamp the staff. You bring in another head coach personality that you've worked with in the past.
And Todd Haley.
And Todd Haley over in Kansas City. So you know that there's going to be some relationship differences there already. So now Hugh Jackson is kind of the odd man out. He has to kind of, I've been here. This is my team. It's my way. He kind of feels like I have to do something. I have to say something to where I validate myself and I validate my position. In all honesty, I think he was out regardless after this year, because I think moving forward, you want to give him a chance when you're if John Dorsey in that situation to see, does he have the guys? Can he sustain some wins or some success? But ultimately, you were never looking at him as your long-term guy. I don't like the fact that they got rid of both guys.
Right.
Like, keep one.
Yeah.
Because now you've thrown your quarterback into this abyss of where I don't have anybody that I have a relationship or rapport with, and I was supposed to be progressing and growing with someone. Now I have to start all over again in the middle of the season. That's unfair to Baker Mayfield and that team.
I'm with you there, but to me, it's the Browns, so they're always going to make these drastic decisions. But I just want to remind them, they didn't win a game for like 2 years. Like the whole idea that they haven't improved is insane. You have improved dramatically.
For sure.
Now, if there's internal struggles between the offensive coordinator and the coach that you want to figure it out. But like, you have to put your quarterback. You've leveraged your entire franchise on Baker Mayfield, right? You look at the way that the whole NFL is training. It's trending. It's all offense. Yeah. So you're just gonna, like you said, just rip the carpet out from under your franchise quarterback, who's a rookie, who is not, Carson Wentz. You know what I mean? Like, he needs some help. He needs some stability, and you just fire everybody. But to me, like, again, I can't be shocked. It's the Browns. So, and if you don't bring in some, everybody's talking about Lincoln Riley. Like, if I'm Lincoln Riley, no, thank you. No, thank you.
Okay, here's
first of all, everybody always thinks like the NFL is a step up. Obviously, like, you're gonna make more money. You know what I mean? You're gonna be more famous. You're gonna have the opportunity to have a very rare position as NFL head coach.
Your brand grows with
you
it.
are better off staying in college.
Nick Saban.
You just are. I mean, well, look, Nick Saban went to the NFL and failed. We didn't forget that. Okay, I experienced it. It was not great. But why would he ever leave college now? Of course he's not going to leave college. He's in the best situation ever.
Money talks.
Money
talks.
I'm not saying don't aspire to anything. I'm just saying maybe pass off. Maybe just because you're getting an opportunity doesn't mean it's the
I like
best
his
situation.
response though when he was asked about it. Look, I'm not going to be the guy that says I will never do that.
Well, you shouldn't. You should never say that you're never going to do that.
Without
then
question.
You immediately box yourself in a corner.
For me, when I look at the Cleveland Browns, I'm not saying this is the same old Cleveland Browns because I see substance there. Like, they have something going. I think what's most disappointing for me is that if you were going to make this decision, make it before the season starts.
Yes.
Like, let them go before, or then now you have to wait to the end of the season. I've never seen a coaching change to where they fired head coach or offensive coordinator or whomever, and they just turn it around and they have a great season. They go on to go to the playoffs and
not in the middle of the season.
Not in the middle of the season. But you have a team that they were playing for this guy. Like, they just don't know how to win yet. They haven't won in forever.
And give them a year to sit under and do this. The one silver lining I feel like the Browns fans have is you get a chance to see Baker Mayfield go out there and be Willie Beeman. Like, literally go out there and call his plays, because they have weapons out there, and that offense can prove to be on the field and stay on the field. They tied the Steelers.
And their defense is a sound. They have really good players, and they play well when they're clicking. So
I'm just going to say it. I think it's going to be a colossal disaster.
More so than it is now?
Yes. I don't know if they win another game this season.
I had them in for 5 wins. I'm taking it back now for sure.
I mean, it's just too much.
No,
it's too much.
I think they get 5. I still think they get 5.
You think they get 5?
Yeah, just
so
because
they steal a couple at the end of the season.
I give them 5 because
schedule.
when I think about who Baker Mayfield is, and then you couple that with the Jarvis Landry, their mentality, they're so pride driven, like they're going to galvanize.
Pride comes before the fall.
You're right. You're absolutely right. That's Hugh Jackson. He fell. His pride got in the way.
Look, I'm not saying I've already invested some sort of emotion into the Browns this year, which is so stupid on my part. but it has. So did. I'm not saying I'm rooting against them because I'm not. But I don't. It's such a disaster. Speaking of a disaster, the Buccaneers. I'm off Jameis Winston. I've been off Jameis Winston. I was never actually in on Jameis Winston.
Crab Legs did it.
Yeah, it was before that.
Okay.
But regardless, they've invested everything they have in their franchise into Jameis Winston. And now Fitzpatrick's starting again.
Jameis Winston says all the right things when he has the microphone in his face.
What?
No, that's false.
No.
That's an inaccurate statement.
After he has done whatever he has done, he stands in front of the camera and it's like, man, okay. He, even last week, even after being benched, he got up in his suit and tie, and he was like, obviously I played poor. That he was nice and calm and poised, and it's like, I get it. It's almost like, where's that guy on the football field? And when you throw the ball away and off the football field, I just don't think moving forward. I take that back. When you have a guy, these words, potential, talent. Those 2 words, when you have those on a guy, every coach, I don't care who they are, where they are, they feel like I can be the one to bring out the best in that guy. So it may not be in Tampa Bay, but somebody is going to take a chance on Jameis Winston.
We was just talking about who?
Somebody. I don't know who, but there is a coach and a general manager that will get together and say, man, they're going to watch the film. If we can just get him to not
I mean, he's
Throw the ball
super
away.
talented. I'm with you there, but like, how much is enough?
He's no longer super talented. He was super talented.
No,
He's just talented.
he is talented. He is talented, and he's a physical specimen, and he's had his moments. But to me, I'm just like, I never got it from the beginning because I'm not putting my franchise in the hands of anyone with that track record. Okay, finally, I have a very hot take. It's very upsetting to people, and I don't know how you're going to receive this. Probably not well.
Drop it on.
But I feel like people are constantly comparing Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. I've heard you weigh in on this before. I'm pretty sure you weigh in that Rodgers is better than Brady, right?
That's my side.
That's your side? Yeah. Okay, then you're not going to like my take. But it's right. And that is that Drew Brees is actually, the comparison, it should be Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees. Because we know Tom Brady is better than Aaron Rodgers. Like, everybody knows that. That's fact.
I mean,
okay.
he just said otherwise.
No. Tell me how. In what ways?
Well, because you don't...
Super Bowls?
For one, yeah.
Okay, so he won those by himself.
No, but what do you mean? Aaron Rodgers won one Super Bowl by himself?
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying if you.
No, you don't win anything by yourself. But he.
So how
is the quarterback of the New England Patriots.
Crowning these two?
Their consistent greatness is due to Bill Belichick and Tom Brady.
Of course.
And Tom Brady's the one that plays on the field. So I give Tom Brady more credit than Belichick. Not a whole lot more. But
so is it
more
just
credit.
is it? Are you saying just based on wins and losses?
No, I'm saying based off of the fact that he brought the Patriots back from that Falcons Super Bowl.
So basically based on wins and losses.
And
okay,
yes.
so
performance that led to
Okay,
wins and losses.
No, I'm going to do this for you really quick.
He has water bottles
This
in
is
his
Tom
hands.
Brady. See, this is perfect.
Speaking to the audio.
This water bottle is not all the way full. This is Tom Brady. Name something that this water bottle has that this one doesn't.
5 rings.
And that this one can do that this one doesn't.
Win 5 rings.
You can't say 5 rings.
Yes,
That's not the same.
Play to win the game.
You're right. On the field, what can this water bottle provide you that this one can't?
Super Bowls.
Joy.
This is childish.
Like, yes, it is.
You're being
factual.
childish.
Okay, so
Factual.
I'm just gonna get to my point. You see how this water bottle isn't all the way full? Mm-hmm. It has the same thing in it as this one, but this one's all the way full. This is Aaron Rodgers. If I look at Tom Brady and I say Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady, is there something that you can do for me that this guy can't? The answer is no. If I look at this guy and this is Aaron Rodgers, is there something that you do that this guy can't? The answer is yes. If you swap them and put them on the opposite teams, is this guy still winning?
Yes.
Or is this guy winning now?
Yes.
This guy in Green Bay.
Tom Brady is winning in Green Bay, yes.
And they have now the 7.
Aaron Rodgers is not winning with Bill Belichick.
You don't believe that, Jay.
Aaron Rodgers is not winning with Bill Belichick.
He's not winning the way that Tom Brady is.
You want to know what
I've suffered at the hands of Tom Brady for many years.
That's what I was gonna get to. That's why you say Tom Brady. And when I went down to Miami and I played there, all the guys were just so traumatized by what they had experienced.
Yes, I am traumatized by Tom Brady.
So you automatically will say,
bless you,
Tom Brady. Don't get me wrong. He's the greatest.
He is the greatest. Thank you for saying that.
He is the greatest.
I didn't even get to my point yet.
Go ahead, get to your point. I'm sorry.
The real comparison is Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers, and Drew Brees is the better quarterback.
Thank you to Greg Jennings
I'm
for
serious.
joining us today.
I'm very serious.
You know what? I'm not gonna comment on that because
No.
you have to comment on it.
Because I love the water bottle. I love the water bottle thing. Do the water bottles, and one is Drew Brees and one is Aaron Rodgers, and play that game.
If you want to look at their numbers this year,
I agree.
Okay, Brees is actually better this year. Also, he has 14 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Brees is on the best team in
Rodgers,
football
13
currently.
touchdowns and 1 interception. He is.
So I mean, but when you do this, you have to go down the roster. You can't just say Drew Brees is just a better quarterback. You can't do that. You cannot do that. You cannot just say Tom Brady is the better, because if we were playing pickup ball, if we were playing pickup ball and you had Tom Brady, Drew Brees, and Aaron Rodgers, you're not picking anybody outside of Aaron Rodgers. You're not. We're playing pickup ball.
No,
I'm going with Aaron Rodgers.
I am picking Tom Brady. I'm picking
Why?
Tom Brady.
Because he won Super Bowls?
Yes.
He's going to win you the flag football out in the parking lot right now?
Yes, he is. He's just going to sit there and put it where he wants it.
Joy,
the pickup ball, Joy. I understand you, and it's nice.
She's been traumatized.
You're staying sticking with your guns, and I respect that. You playing pickup football, and you have those three.
I have a roster here. Would you
I
like
would
to
pick
get on the
Drew
roster?
Brees though. Drew Brees would actually be nasty in some pickup. NFL Street, bring that back. You was good on NFL Street.
Would be
You was great in
killer,
NFL Street.
killer in pickup. It's actually a very bad comparison by you. Everybody's got a bum knee.
Aaron Rodgers always got to bum something.
He does that too.
He do.
Okay, so
bum weapons.
If they're all healthy.
Oh, if they're okay. If they're all healthy.
Oh, no, you.
And they're all 18 years old.
Play the what-if game.
And if they were all 6'4",
I have a lot of research here. I'm not going to bore everyone with it. I'm just going to give it to you.
As they are. I still take Aaron Rodgers.
Just take that. And the next time you have.
Do you need this?
Yeah, actually, no. You're not getting out. No, listen, you're not getting out of this.
Because this means nothing.
Give us
this
the take.
absolutely means nothing to me.
Why in your experience, we all respect the hell out of your football knowledge. Why is Aaron Rodgers
too?
But why is Aaron Rodgers so much head and shoulders over Drew Brees?
Okay, so I was at and I'm just gonna. This is just real. When you look at the skill set and how it gets done, I respect Drew Brees and how he produces. He constantly produces. Mm-hmm. But when you watch them, I was at the Pro Bowl, and at the Pro Bowl, you're dealing with the top at every position.
You was there?
And I was,
you was there. Okay, so that's just making sure, you know what I'm saying?
And I had so many guys come up to me. Now, Drew Brees is there.
Uh-huh. As he should be.
Absolutely. Rightfully so. Now, on the same team as Aaron Rodgers, and we're watching them throw. And what Drew Brees did was like, man, that was nice. You look at Aaron Rodgers, he does it. He made Drew Brees look like, wow. It almost looked like he's struggling to do it, where it's just like a flick. Like, it's effortless. That sums it up.
So he throws a prettier ball.
It's not. It's the movement in the pocket, the ability. Like, athletically, he's better. Again, I go back to the bottles.
But in the bottles, but in Drew Brees' bottles, he's like all-time passing yards, all-time completion percentage.
Listen, I need to hear.
I'm not taking away any of that. If we're talking statistics. It's Tom Brady. It's Drew Brees. Matter of fact, it's Drew Brees, then it's Tom Brady. If we're taking away the Super Bowls.
I'm okay with that. That's why I said Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees are the better comparison, because Tom Brady is above because of the Super Bowls. And then it's Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees. And I just think that Drew Brees, based off of the numbers, because they are equal in Super Bowl wins, is better.
But Joy, when you talk about the Super Bowl, and this is what I absolutely hate this.
Do it.
Because nobody talks about Robert Horry in the NBA being one of the best players ever.
Absolutely
not.
I believe now.
Charles Haley. We don't say Charles Haley was the best defensive end that ever played the game because he has 5 Super Bowls. We don't do that.
No, we know the quarterback position is just more important.
We only do it with quarterbacks.
Because it's more important to touch the ball every single play. I know it's a sensitive subject.
But you keep talking about winning in championships. If we want to talk about winning championships, let's talk about Bill Russell. Somebody get the VHS tapes out so we can watch the replay of the replay with Bill Russell.
Can you please stop?
What?
Okay, could you please stop?
Is that not true?
At one point or another, how much winning you do matters. That's why the Michael Jordan comparison always happens. Like, at one point or another, you went 6 for 6, dog. You didn't even make it to a game 7. Like, at one point or another, how much winning you do matters.
Okay, so basically, Nick Foles and Aaron Rodgers are in the same category. Every quarterback that's won 1 Super Bowl, they're in the same category.
I didn't say it. You said it.
No, I'm asking you because Super Bowls.
No,
I like Nick Foles.
I'm not saying that.
Okay, thank you. So let's
I'm not saying that.
So then let's throw out Super Bowl.
2 all-time greats who both have Super Bowl wins, who I think are a better comparison to each other because Tom Brady has won 5. If Tom Brady had won 2 or 3. Then I'd be like, okay, maybe this team was better than that team. Or I'm not talking about Eli Manning. Eli Manning has 2 Super Bowls. Nobody throwing Eli Manning out there. You're about to be sacked for somebody who just got arrested.
Why not?
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah, because we all know how that works. Right?
I mean,
I think Eli Manning has gotten hella disrespect over the years. Okay.
Yeah. He threw for 300 yards.
I mean, you got so many guys that are being disrespected when you're going with Super Bowl. Terry Bradshaw, Joe Montana.
I'm with you. Troy Aikman. I'm with you.
They all
get put into a different category.
Rodgers.
I'm just saying that no. But I'm
Why
saying
not?
that Drew Brees,
they have more Super Bowls.
Drew Brees is an all-time great, instant Hall of Famer, he's not in the conversation for being one of the all-time great quarterbacks based off of the records, the longevity, the availability that he has. He should be in that conversation, and I think he's a better comparison to Aaron Rodgers than Tom Brady. I get what you're saying. Aaron Rodgers is super unbelievably talented, and the second that Tom Brady retires, it's going to be Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers, and then the second that Drew Brees retires, Aaron Rodgers will likely be the best quarterback in the league.
This. I respect each and every one of these guys that you're talking about, and I'm sure you do too. And I value being able to watch them play, being able to play alongside all of them.
I was very disappointed I didn't get to see Aaron Rodgers in the 2-minute drill.
But for me, when I look at their careers, Drew Brees, what year is this for Drew Brees? 17?
Yeah, something like that. 16, 15.
16, 17. What year is this for Tom Brady?
This is 700.
17.
This is 18.
18, I thought. Yeah.
What year is this for Aaron Rodgers?
I like that though.
What year is this for?
The question.
Yes, but Aaron Rodgers had a lot of injuries.
What year is this for Aaron Rodgers? Matter of fact, how many years does he have under his belt of playing?
Well, it's because he gets injured.
No, because he sat behind Brett Favre.
And then he gets injured.
For 3 years.
Yep.
He sat behind. His career started later than both of these guys.
Tom Brady sat for a little bit.
Did he sit for 3 years?
No, he did not sit for 3 years.
So they've had all this time to accrue all these numbers. 3 years of numbers.
Okay, but
3 years of numbers. If you can take out their first 3 years and then start them where Aaron started, then talk to me. Holla at your boy.
Well, I think what will end up happening is, God willing, we'll all have the opportunity to have this conversation when they both retire, and then we can compare the numbers then.
You're not going to compare the numbers.
We're just going to have to wait.
You're not going to compare the numbers. All you're going to say is Super Bowls.
No, here's
I'm not talking about
Here it is.
They're even.
Let me tell you what it is, because we're talking about on the field stuff and statistics. What it comes down to it, we're in the media, we're people. We see these guys, we meet these guys. After you meet Drew Brees, I've met Drew Brees, you're like, gosh, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's a nice guy. After you meet Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady, I haven't done that yet. I haven't got that far. That's based on.
Come on,
I
Willie.
met Drew Brees, so I haven't met the rest of them. So who's more famous? Anyways, so after you meet Tom Brady and after you meet Aaron Rodgers, he walks away like, I want to be that guy. I want to be that guy. That's what Colin Cowherd thinks. He wants to be that guy. Everybody wants to be these Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady and live those lives, so they say they are the absolute.
I know I'm wearing a man costume right now, so this is not going to
greatest.
sound very genuine, but I've never wanted to be Tom Brady.
No, I'm talking about the people that write about
So
him.
now I have to ask you this question really quick on your side. So LeBron James, Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
Why?
Because he's the greatest ever.
Why?
Because he went 6 for 6 in the finals, and he never made it to a game 6, and he's the greatest of all time.
Look at him. This is hilarious.
He basically invented basketball.
I love it. At least.
Hilarious take, Joy.
Okay, so
great.
At least
LeBron James.
You should open with that.
LeBron James.
Stop
it.
The reason
okay,
why
LeBron James. You're acting like what I'm saying is sacrilege.
Joy, listen
It's
really quick before you go, because I'm Jordan too. But it's my reasoning is just because I just feel like that's what I grew up with, and I'm not gonna. You're not gonna change.
Everybody has wrong opinions.
If you ask me which player is like, if I had to start a team and I said,
water bottles.
Man, there you go.
Like, dude,
Got you.
Again, player for player, and LeBron James. Like, I'm at least not oblivious.
LeBron James is the greatest basketball player currently playing basketball right now in the league. And if he wins a ring with the Lakers, which I think he will do in this 4-year period, I think he will.
You've been duped.
No,
you've been duped.
I think he will.
You've been duped, just like every media person out there that only says the success bar is championships and rings. That is so far from truth. I can't stand it because, again, I bring up the Robert Horry.
I'm not interested in playing for participation trophies.
So Robert Horry, the greatest.
Catch him on Sportsnet.
Bring him in here. Crown that man. He is the GOAT.
Big shot.
Bill Russell.
They should all get more. Bill Russell should get more credit than he does. Okay, but you're. I'm not just talking about championships. All right. Obviously,
yes, you
know that Michael Jordan dominated. Okay,
yes,
he dominated.
No doubt.
And LeBron dominates now, and he changes life for not only whatever franchise he goes to, whatever city he goes to,
the janitors,
okay, whatever side of the country he goes to, he
different.
completely alters. All right, and then you're not even going to get to the off the field stuff because LeBron LeBron blows Michael out of the water when it comes to that stuff. I'm willing to admit. Okay, but at one point or another, how many championships you have matters.
LeBron James just went to the Lakers. They're 2-4, 2-5, like whatever. Like no one cares about their record because LeBron James is on the Lakers.
I'm with you.
We'll pick it up again in December.
I'm with you.
Look, trust
now
me.
imagine if Michael was on the Lakers.
I can't. Those jaundiced eyes. I want to see.
Stop looking at Michael's eyes. He likes a good
it.
cigar, all right? We got to wrap it up. But, Greg, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for bringing up Michael Jordan and LeBron.
I disagree with a lot of what you said.
It's okay.
But it's all out of respect.
I understand. I
Yes,
understand.
and congratulations again on the Hall of Fame. That's
Thank
really
you
cool.
so much.
Appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely. I will never come on again.
65 weeks later.
With it or quit it. With it, quit it.
What?
With it. We about to turn up in this bitch.
All right, really? When am I winning or quitting?
I wouldn't really. The Cleveland Cavaliers won the NBA championship on June 19th, 2016. Here's who's still on the team from that team. Channing Frye, Kevin Love, J.R. Smith, and Tristan Thompson. King James used to hold court in that locker room, but now a locker of his holds towels. 6 games into the season, the Cavs fired Ty Lue and the coach that LeBron told them to hire, but also he's the coach that gave them their first championship. Joy, the Cavs will never win another championship. With it or quit it.
I'm going to quit that. They are
Really?
going to get, they're going to get a high draft pick, and who knows what's going to happen. I can't say never.
Their first one was the other day.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'm aware LeBron's not going back there.
All right.
I don't really like that they did this with Ty Lue. 0-6, like, it's not that big of a deal. You knew you were going to struggle this year. Here's the thing about teams that LeBron leaves. You struggle. The Heat struggled when he left. The Cavs struggled when he left. That's what happens. Because what you do is you leverage your entire team around LeBron James because you're trying to win while LeBron is there, which I have no problem with. Like, when the Heat were not good, I was like, well, yeah, you built a team around LeBron James. Like, now he's not there anymore. So you gotta adjust. And so Larry Drew is the interim head coach. I think at the moment there's like some moving parts going on there.
Interim head coach.
He's the voice.
He's acting as head coach right now.
Yeah, they're working some things out.
Right.
I really don't have I have a problem with them firing Ty Lue in that I feel like you should have given him this season because LeBron did leave and Ty does have a championship and they did come back from 3-1 on the Warriors. To beat the best team in basketball history. So I feel like he deserved this year to try and figure it out. Now, nobody expected the Cavs to be great this year, but show that you can coach. And you start 0-6, like, it's not a great start, but it's a pretty long season. 82 games. So I think they'll be okay eventually. And Larry Drew's a good coach, so you know what I mean? Like he has a ton of experience.
Piston draft pick. Outside of, unlike Hugh Jackson, Ty Lue's actually shown that he is an intelligent person and a capable coach in press conferences outside of the locker.
I'm not going to say that Hugh Jackson hasn't shown that he's not intelligent, but like Hugh Jackson is not great at the podium.
Right.
Ty is. And look, like Ty's going to get another coaching job. He has a championship and he's managed LeBron and a ton of egos. So, Ty Lue's going to be fine. Yeah. That I'm not concerned about. Like he's going to end up, and he may end up in college. So, like which, he will be able to do forever.
Eyes on Penny Hardaway in Memphis, too. Just big people in college
things out there.
Things. Yeah, why not?
Okay. All right, what's next?
Ty Gurley is the ultimate running back. In his 4th year in the NFL, the Rams running back is on another level. He has 15 touchdowns after 8 games, 11 on the ground, 4 from golf. He might be the most valuable player on the most valuable team, with the Rams being at 8-0. I know the MVP is usually a quarterback award, but Joy, Gurley is the MVP. With it or quit it.
I gotta quit it.
What?
I just can't. Todd Gurley is
fantastic.
is fantastic. Yes, he's
phenomenal.
He's phenomenal.
Yes.
He's been playing amazing. And by the way, don't complain. Okay.
What?
To the fantasy thing, I get it. All right, I got whooped on fantasy this week. All right, I understand.
And Vegas though too, because the spread.
They don't care. They don't care.
No.
Nor should they. And exactly.
Yes.
It's actually better if they don't know. They're like, yeah, I realize it.
Right.
You should be worried. Okay.
Yes.
You probably have a little money on it. All right. He doesn't care that he did not get into the touchdown. Like, bad beat for you. Sorry. Don't gamble. What am I supposed to tell you? But look, I don't. The problem is the Rams are so good, and Goff has been playing so good that I just have a problem with it. And then like Patrick Mahomes is going to win MVP, dog. He just is. Unless they walk off a cliff, Patrick Mahomes has to be the MVP. He has to.
The narrative that this is a quarterback only award. I understand Patrick Mahomes could possibly win MVP based on what he's done on the field, but Todd Gurley is actually showing what it's like to come into the league, work hard for what you have, and prove that you are a smart football player on and off the field, and by making decisions. Like, he's not just talented and a beast. He is one of the smartest players
yeah.
on the field he gets
and,
on.
And I mean, look, AP won in 2012. It's not like unheard of.
2012?
Yeah, that wasn't that long ago.
How wasn't it? It was in 2012.
It's 2018.
I know. That's a long time ago.
6 years ago.
I graduated college in 2012.
I have socks older than that.
You need new socks.
Maybe, but I'm just saying it's not that long ago.
Okay.
All right, what else is going on?
What else we got here? Now over to Astroworld. The Rockets season could be
Are you malfunctioning or?
The Rockets season could make for some spicy reality television. This season on Real Bucket Getters of Houston, Carmelo is pissed off riding the pine. Is James Harden the NBA's most valuable player or the most fallible player? And Chris Paul is starred in many State Farm commercials, as many State Farm commercials as he has in Rockets games at this point in time.
Do you need some sugar or something?
Joy, Rockets need to make a trade to compete in the West. Wit it or quit it.
I am going to wit that.
Ooh, yes.
Although, I mean, you have to be a crazy person to give 4 first-round picks for Jimmy Butler.
I was talking to Jeremy. I was like, it's like playing around with play money, Monopoly money. It's like, here's something and some colorful money that you could maybe use. Here's some Bitcoin.
What? I mean, Bitcoin is more legit.
Trip.
Like, it's crazy. It's crazy that that's even a thing. Woj reported that the Rockets offered the Timberwolves the 2019, 2021, 23, and 25 first-round picks as a part of a package for Jimmy Butler. I mean, that's just insane.
Maybe Minnesota's going to be like the new G League.
You know what? It sounds insane, but okay. First of all, what was the question?
They need to make a trade to compete.
Yes, I said I with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the thing about it is like while that sounds crazy, it's only crazy if you don't win a championship. Because they only have a small window. You have a small window to win championships in sports. And obviously there's a dynasty in place with the Warriors who we're all assuming are going to be in the finals again this year. And they had an opportunity. I mean, they were one Chris Paul injury away from maybe beating them. I still think the Warriors would have pulled it out, but a lot of people don't feel that way.
Can we also talk about the fact that Andre Iguodala was hurt at the beginning of that series too?
I mean, there's lots of things to talk about. Okay, exactly.
Okay.
Like, and injuries happen, so I don't cry me a river. All right, but the thing about it is that you have to try and take advantage of the team that you have assembled right now that you feel like could win a championship, and you're just a piece away. Then you got to do what you got to do. Yeah. You know what I mean? So maybe for the next couple years you don't have a first round pick and you struggle, but you got your city a championship. You buy some goodwill. You know what I mean? Yeah. So while it sounds crazy, it's only crazy if you don't win a championship. That said, I don't think that Jimmy Butler is the piece that helps them win a championship. So in my opinion, don't do it. So I don't know. They're tied for second worst in the Western Conference at 1-4. Not the start that they expected.
Right.
I mean, they lost crucial pieces. They made a lot of moves in the offseason that were kind of inexplicable. Yeah. And they're 19th in offensive rating, 27th in defensive rating, 29th in rebounding percentage.
You know who they're tied with?
Dead last in opponents point in the paint.
Yeah, they're tied with the Thunder. The only reason you said tied for last, really the Suns are left because they're 1-5. But like Westbrook. The Rockets.
I mean, that's a whole other conversation. But yeah, I mean, it's just
all the same conversation.
Everyone's starting slow. Like, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, it's early.
It is early.
There's literally a whole month coming up soon where I don't think about the NBA at all. Right? But you kind of just lay off after a little bit.
It's nice to turn a little game on. And,
I know, but then other games are like it's just
the Lakers always matter, so that doesn't change.
Shouts out to Sportsnet.
But I do think that they need to make a trade. I don't know if Jimmy Butler is that trade for 4 first round picks. It's insane. Hear ye, hear ye. Sunday Night Football is petty.
Ooh.
But I like it. Because I do with all petty things. I'm not doing the crown today because I don't want to mess up my wig. It's too complicated to get this thing on.
Great wig.
Just kidding. This is my hair. I cut it. So Michael Jordan cut a promo for NBC's Sunday Night Football. Great promo. I knew that it wasn't about basketball, and I still allowed myself to suspend reality for a second.
You had to.
And just bask in the gloriousness of Jordan talking about how he is the greatest. But it wasn't. It was actually a hype-up matchup between the Packers and the Patriots next week, which has kind of been diluted because of the Ty Montgomery mistake, because we kind of needed to see Aaron Rodgers in a 2-minute drill to build up, some more expectations for the Patriots game, especially after the Patriots put the whooping on the Bills, which we expected. But anyway, if you haven't seen the commercial, it's really great. Go watch it. Very well done. It's Michael Jordan, the greatest of all time, talking about matching up with another great, who's better, same number. It's really great. It's really just really well done. It's about the conversation of the greatest of all time. So LeBron responds to the Sunday Night Football on NBC tweet that says, "How do you settle the debate over who is the greatest of all time?" Michael Jordan, at Jumpman23, for those of you who don't use Twitter, wants to see it happen head to head. And LeBron is on the Twitterverse. He says, "I'm ready. Oh, my bad. I thought maybe you were. Never mind. Back to my regular scheduled program."
That was a good read of that tweet.
Thank you.
Yes.
I love it, and I gotta tell you,
Yeah.
I'm totally okay with LeBron responding to this because I think it's really funny.
Yeah.
And there's always been like kind of this thing where like Michael has never embraced LeBron. Like Michael is not Kobe. Okay.
No.
Michael is not Kobe.
No.
He is not Uncle
He thinks
Kobe.
his nickname. He thinks LeBron's nickname is LJ.
Yes.
That's how much Michael Jordan is not messing with LeBron.
Yeah, he is not into the situation at all. So I love that Michael did it, but I have the feeling like Michael did it like, I am just reminding you that, just like Joy Taylor said, the comparison is not really there because Tom Brady is clearly the greatest. I'm saying. No, Shane.
Okay, Sunday Night Football definitely petty, right? Putting Michael Jordan in black and white. They put Michael Jordan in black and white every time he's on screen because he doesn't look good in color.
No, they put him in black and white because they have to remind everybody that greatness does not need the full color.
Greatness doesn't need the full color. Okay, I can't even. I mean,
no, they put him in black and white because they put him in black and white because they want to make it seem like everything with Michael Jordan is like nostalgic. And like classic and timeless, and that's why they do it.
Listen,
it's not because we don't want to see the cigar eyes.
When he said the same number, I was like, oh my God.
I know. You were like, yes.
Oh my God.
Finally happening. And I'm telling you, I am so here for Michael Jordan and LeBron James one-on-one, and I'm taking Michael Jordan. I don't care what any of you say.
That is insane.
Michael would dunk on him.
Michael Jordan dunking anything other than donuts right now.
Michael Jordan doesn't eat donuts. Don't be disrespectful.
Michael Jordan doesn't eat donuts.
He doesn't eat donuts. I don't even eat donuts.
Legacy. Listen, here's the legacy. When LeBron's son is in the NBA, then we can just finally end all this stuff because the real GOAT puts their kids in the NBA. Shouts out to Penny Hardaway. Or is it Anthony Hardaway?
What?
Both of them? Look at that.
Are you talking about Tim Hardaway Jr.?
Oh, yeah, him. I gotta play 2K.
Wow. List.
Is it? At the last show. Ooh.
Yes. The Red Sox. Congratulations to the Red Sox.
Right. The best baseball team.
You have to be honest, I don't care about the Red Sox, but they did beat the Dodgers in 5 games, so they gave them that nice gentleman's sweep.
What do you mean you don't care about the Red Sox?
Oh, I mean, I don't care about the Red Sox. Like, I don't. That's not my team.
It's one of the great Boston teams.
No, they're great. They proved that they are by far the best baseball team in America because they whooped on the Dodgers. Probably won't turn that down.
Yep. All right. I'll go ahead.
Anyway, Steve Pearce was the World Series MVP. Next time, Red Sox, just as a suggestion from the network, take it to 7. We like the extra games around here.
It was.
We do.
The Dodgers weren't able to do that. They did it last
right.
year. They weren't able to do that.
We'll get to the Dodgers in a second. And also on the lit list this week is Josh Rosen. Josh Rosen has gone usually only a little under the radar this year, but he had a nice little comeback.
Yes.
They still lost, but he did give them the lead. They won?
Yeah, they won. It's a touchdown drive. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm thinking the Bucks.
Yes, but
Yes.
also yes.
I'm thinking Fitzmagic. Yes.
They
but
also
also
lost.
the like it was the team. It was the 1-5 game. 1-5 versus
Yeah, it
1-5.
was a 1-5 versus 1-5. It was the 49ers.
yes.
And the Niners won, but then
they
lost
lost.
so that they would get it was a strategic. The center snapped it into the end zone. It was strategic.
Yes, it was on purpose that they lost.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think so. I
They
don't
wanted
think
to
that's how it
win,
happened.
but
Anyway,
not
shout out
win.
to Josh Rosen for his nice little drive at the end. Shout out to
Yes.
Christian Kirk, friend of the podcast, catching
fan of
that
Christian Kirk.
pass. And I like that because you need that little shot of confidence when you're a rookie quarterback and everyone's kind of pounding on you. And he's been getting lit up also.
I think he is, of all the rookie quarterbacks, I think he is set to have the best first season.
Huh. Oh, you think so?
Yeah, why not?
No, that's not even a good take. Anyway,
The way the second half of the season's coming, he has. They're
did
finally.
they replace the offensive line?
No, but they're not. They're not.
So Klay Thompson was definitely lit last night.
He
We
is
haven't
lit.
done a lot of talk about the Warriors
Yes.
so far this year because they're very boring. Because they're very
Yes.
good. And there's really just not much to say. It's like, oh, the Warriors put up 150 points. Like, well, that's what they do.
Yeah.
So until they start losing, or there's some sort of controversy, or Kevin Durant decides to drop some rumor about him leaving,
Until the finals.
they really don't. Yes, basically.
the finals.
But he did beat Steph's record with 14 threes against the Bulls. He scored 52 points in 27 minutes, and that is insane. And that is my point about Klay Thompson, that he is just the crucial glue. Everyone always talks about Draymond Green, who is just super important, but without Klay Thompson, this whole thing doesn't work.
No, and I like Colin's take though. Steph Curry is the real
It's Steph Curry's team,
But Steph
like,
Curry is the
Klay,
one-
Klay is Pippen. Like, it doesn't work without him. It just doesn't.
Then who's Durant? Just this
Durant
great player that's just there.
Durant is other Jordan. I don't know. He's other Jordan. But shout out to Klay because that's just incredible.
He's not leaving. I'm
I'd
done.
like to
I'm done with
remind
that.
everybody
He's not
because people
leaving.
tend to forget that 3-point line is so far.
Yes.
And it
And
doesn't
he's-
look that far in TV, but it's so fucking far.
It's very far.
It's a very long shot.
And Klay's really good at he may be the best. No.
Steph's the best.
Klay's not going anywhere though. He's
No,
not
he's not.
leaving. He's not coming to the Lakers, man. You said that once. I want you to get a chance to.
I may take that back. I'm not ready yet, though. Loser power rankings. Loser power rankings. These are the losers. The losers of the week. You play to win the game. All right, so the Bucks. That's just what I was confused about earlier. Those Bucks, man. Okay, so look, I'm off Jameis Winston. I've been off Jameis Winston pretty much before he ever got drafted, way back in the day. I've been off Jameis Winston. And
So
look,
old takes revisited.
it's not really a take. Like, I think it's just, I thought it was just a foregone conclusion, but apparently, who knows? Kavanaugh, you never really know. So the situation with Jameis Winston is this: like, he was
Yes.
drafted, and it was like Marcus Mariota or Jameis Winston. And I was like, I don't know, neither one of them really look that good to me, but okay. And obviously,
draft was-
their off the field situations are not comparable. But for me, I just don't get the. They've already committed to him, right? So obviously, you kind of got to write it out. It's like Blake Bortles. Like, obviously, he's not going to ever get you anywhere, but you've already committed to him. So what are you going to do? You're
I'll
stuck
lay
now.
out here.
You're stuck. Yes, you should. This is the week to lay out on the Blake Bortles takes. He has 10 interceptions in 13 quarters. That's insane. So Fitzpatrick is starting this week. And whatever, Fitzpatrick's fine. He's going to maybe have a great game, and then he's going to have a terrible game, and then he's going to have a worse game, and then he's going to have an okay game, and then he's going to have a great game, and they're going to be like, oh my God, he's good again, and then he's not, because he's a backup quarterback, and that's what backup quarterbacks do. More importantly, Jameis Winston and the Bucs are just going nowhere fast. And there's a lot of talent on that team. And not that I really care about, the Bucs being great, but what are you doing?
Deshaun Watson was trying to get traded, and then Fitzmagic came in, and he got his little touchdown, so he might be happy. What do you get for Jameis Winston? Because he has to be traded. He has to be traded.
I don't even know. What is his contract situation? I don't even know if that's who. Where are you going to send him?
I'm just who could use a Jameis Winston?
Think of the
As a
teams
starter.
that need quarterbacks, right? Like, I don't want him in Miami. What's the difference between him and Ryan Tannehill? Other than Ryan Tannehill doesn't get in trouble and do unbelievably stupid shit.
It's like the island of misfit toys is the Bills. So you just go to the Bills until you either
The Bills
get
just
picked
drafted
up.
a quarterback. They're not going to do that.
No, yeah, you're right.
He's in his rookie season. If he was in his like 4th season playing this way, then that'd be different. But they're not going to do it.
Jameis Winston just no longer. He goes from starting quarterback to just in the NFL nowhere.
I mean, I don't understand what they plan on doing with him. I really don't. I don't know. I wouldn't have done it in the first place, but that's just me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Legendary coach and all. So, also on the loser power rankings this week is the Dodgers, as I mentioned earlier. They lost the World Series at home for the 2nd straight year. They're titleless for the 30th consecutive season. Mm-hmm. And more importantly, they did not get to 7 games, which is all we care about around here, right? We want 7 games.
As someone who only cares about the baseball in the playoffs, you got to go to the 7 games, right? Go to the 7 games.
Yes. Also, you work for Fox, so you always root for more games. That's what we do around here.
More
We're company
eyes.
men.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, more eyes. That's mostly what it is. And also, you got to have the more games. You got to have 7 games. Can't do no more gentlemen sweeps, right?
They're also making us liars for LA being the sports town to be in for sports. The sports town for sports, LA, Dodgers no longer.
No, I mean, you're in the World Series back-to-back years. It's still an accomplishment. I mean, it's cooler if you win, but being in the World Series is important too. So LA is still the sports capital of the universe right now for the time being. Rams are still undefeated. You still have the Lakers. You know what? They're the capital. LA is the capital of the sports interesting universe.
I'll take that. I'll buy that.
All right, and then finally, I got to put myself on here, and that's the Seahawks doubters. I thought the Seahawks were going to be extra poopy this year, and they're not that bad.
They're
not that bad, actually. You know what? I'm going to say this because no one else will. I'm basically like a good luck charm. I really feel like they turned their season around at the game that I was on the sidelines. And that's where they got the running game going.
The entire first year of this podcast, every time we mentioned someone, they got hurt.
Well, we've turned our luck around.
It's true. I think the
LeBron thing. You got to change the energy.
Yes. They went to Detroit and beat Detroit, and now everyone's saying, "Oh, the Seahawks are real."
No, I'm not going as far as to saying like they're real, but the Seahawks are not terrible, and I thought they were going to be terrible this year. It looked like the sky was falling, like everything's falling apart, and then Earl Thomas gets injured. Like it was looking like an absolute disaster, and they're not a disaster.
All the time. It's literally this like weird Groundhog's Day of the NFL season, where I guess the only change is the Chiefs are actually good this time.
The Chiefs?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Chiefs are good. Their defense isn't though.
It's costume. How do you make a good Al Pacino?
I don't know. And you know what? They tried to tell me to take my makeup off too, and I was I wasn't here for that.
No, Al Pacino wears makeup.
Totally.
Yeah.
I'm Tanya, not Tony.
Ooh, yes,
you know
I like that. Yeah.
What is it?
Tanya Montana.
Diamato.
Yeah, I was thinking. Yeah, that's fair.
The inches.
It's game inches. The guy who gave me coffee this morning.
That's what he said to you?
He looked at me. He's like, here we play for inches. I was like, you damn right we do. Man at most.
Were you wearing that?
Yes.
Oh, that's very good of him.
Right? I'm not even showing my back or anything.
Well, you have the Sharks logo on the front.
It's my mustache.
Yeah, but it is a mustache. It's horrifying. You did it last year too, and it was just as horrifying last year as well when you were Leon.
I gotta get reminded I have a face.
I don't know. What is more strong? Is this one stronger than the Larry David Fatwa? Because that was very strong.
Honestly,
it was one of my finest moments.
It's difficult to look like Larry David because of the wrinkles.
Well, I mean, listen, Tony Diamato has a few crow's feet,
which is why I thought that maybe
he's not a young man.
I thought this would go awry as well. It works. This is better.
Is it better? I don't know.
We gotta get flicked up.
Yeah, we do. All right. What is going on in the Culture Report?
Well, the Migos Culture Report has temporarily become the Beef Report. Mm-hmm. Monday during Nicki Minaj's...
It has become the Beef Report, right?
Unfortunately.
Could we get that sponsored? Beef Report.
Who would you want to sponsor Beef Report?
Arby's?
It's kind of like Petticourt.
We have the meats. Yes. By the way, Pusha T started that. He's get 40% of every commercial.
He really?
Yes. It's crazy. Anyways. Should I keep reading?
Yes.
Or trying to? It's going to be difficult. Okay. Monday during Nicki Minaj's Queen Radio on Apple, Nicki decided to reheat the beef between she and Bronx rap superstar Cardi B. After rumors that Nicki Minaj's security team beat up Cardi B at the Harper Bazaar Icon Party in September, Nicki said it was in fact her friend Ra Ali who hit Cardi 9 or 10 times, and Nicki paid $100,000 for footage from that fight. Nicki also brought up the fact that there's some things she addressed some stuff that Cardi made fun in a 10-video rant that she
So many
posted on
videos.
Instagram
So many videos.
about Nicki Minaj. If you haven't seen it, probably go over to the Shade Room. They have the best recap of it. 3 things that we learned from Cardi B. 1, she did not get beat up, and she would not lie about that because there's so many footages of that fight.
So many footages.
Dictionary.com spoke up and said footages is a word. There was debate on if footages was a word. You know, Cardi B says words, makes them up like I do sometimes. Okay, 2, Cardi B shows everyone her phone and the text messages and the calls that she received from Nicki Minaj
Very aggressive.
showing
Very
everyone's Nicki's
transparent.
number.
Very transparent.
Also, Cardi B has T-Mobile.
I have T-Mobile.
You have T-Mobile?
I do. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that.
You have T-Mobile?
I love T-Mobile.
That-
Free Wi-Fi and texting on most airlines.
Does your house have T-Mobile?
What do you mean does my house have T-Mobile?
That might be why your Wi-Fi is so bad.
No, I'm not going to
Okay.
talk about my Wi-Fi.
All right.
All right. Wi-Fi. No, it is not T-Mobile.
Okay. I didn't know T-Mobile.
Goddamn
no,
Wi-Fi.
T-Mobile. But you're a veteran.
My Wi-Fi is run by like a gremlin on a bicycle. Like that's how the Wi-Fi like speed is generated.
Yeah, I was on my phone
One day
a lot
I'll
at
call
the
them
Halloween
out.
party.
It really was.
Okay, and Cardi B doesn't delete anything. She keeps all receipts. After Cardi calls out Nicki for messing around with her legacy by being a hater, Cardi invites the queen to either meet up to talk about it or to fight it out. Nicki was tweeting the same time Cardi was uploading this entire time, saying Cardi doesn't write her own rhymes, all that bullshit back and forth. At the end of the day, Nicki Minaj tweeted this. This was 4 hours of social media beefing last night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you guys, let's focus on positive things only from here on out. We are so blessed. I know this stuff is entertaining and funny to a lot of people, but I won't be discussing this nonsense anymore. Thank you for the support and encouragement after year after year. Love you. Heart emoji. Cardi posted that tweet and said, all right, then let's keep it positive and keep it pushing. People think that's positive. I think Cardi's low-key throwing shade. Like, I put you in your place. You need to go chill out. You need to calm down. Take the barbs with you. And yeah, that's what's going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of videos. There's a lot of information. Remember with the details. There's a lot of details.
Just all kinds of data
There's
out there on this.
so much data, so many receipts. If they're really going to put it behind them, I'm cool with that. I don't believe for 1 second that Cardi got beat up. That I do not believe.
Yeah.
As far as the other details about this song or that song, who knows? I don't want to pick a side here, if I'm being honest.
Why not?
Because I like.
It's a pretty easy side.
You know what it is? Because this is what bothers me about this whole thing.
What?
We don't have a lot of strong female rappers,
No.
and I don't know why we always have to fight amongst each other.
I said, okay, yeah, we do, but they're not putting them out the way that they should.
Exactly.
And this is discouraging labels from making their artists
Oh,
big like that.
let me be clear. This is great for music.
Is it?
All right. Yes. Okay. We're
But
discussing it.
we need more
Okay.
tracks and less posts.
And sure.
Yeah.
But if it's squashed, I'm cool with it being squashed because this is not serious.
How is that possibly squashed over a Nicki Minaj
I don't know.
tweet?
As we know, I'm very petty. I don't let anything go. So I don't know. Maybe they're different than me.
I don't know. I'm laughing about this now. This could get serious.
Why am I holding
And-
the cigar like Cruella de Vil though?
Yeah, that's the Tanya. That's the Tanya.
Oh, this is
yeah.
Tanya. Yes, Tanya Diamata is coming out.
Yes.
That's what it is. Definitely.
Honestly, like I hope one day we can get to music at some point in time. Sicko Mode video is really cool, crazy.
Yes.
But we'll get back to music eventually.
All right. Thanks so much for joining this week. Thank you to Greg Jennings for coming on, even though I disagree with like 99% of what he said.
95.
Yeah, we respectfully.
Yes.
We appreciate him coming on. Lots of fun stuff this week. Happy Halloween.
Yes.
Be safe. Boo. Correct. Boo. What is your favorite Halloween candy?
Oh, today, National Candy Corn Day. Like I said, it's not good for the recording because it's on Tuesday, but National Candy Corn Day is today. Shouts out to the best candy. What's wrong with your eye?
Like of all the candies that you could possibly eat.
I don't eat it all the time. It's special. It's like fruitcakes. You got to eat it seasonal when it's good.
Oh my God, you eat fruitcakes too.
Yeah, they're like the hoopla about fruitcakes being bad. I ended like when I was a kid, and I was like, "This shit fire."
The hoopla.
Yes, hoopla.
Why would you eat fruitcakes or candy corn when you could eat anything else?
It's seasonal. Do you like pumpkin
Why
spice?
why would you eat candy corn when you could eat blood sausage? Like why I personally
Is it readily available during
think
Halloween?
That probably is actually. Candy corn is just not. It's not a good candy.
I
would eat candy corn if it's sitting there and I need sugar and then I'll just eat it. But it tastes like candles.
I love candles. If you get
Candle corn?
they don't make enough flavored ones, but yeah, I think it's candy.
No,
it's literal. It's like the definition of candy. I don't bring this up again.
This
It's
is
the definition
best
of candy.
bite-sized candy. Because if you
Fun
give out,
size. Shout out fun size candies.
If you give out full candy bars, you're a baller.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever met anyone who gives out full size candy bars.
What are you talking about? Ashley's family definitely gave out full size family.
That's true.
candy
Ashley's
bars.
family definitely gave out full size candy bars.
Of course she did.
True or false? Your family gave out full size candy bars. Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Are you kidding me?
Tell the truth though. Tell the truth though.
Are we talking about ballers? I can talk about balling.
Yes. Tell the truth.
You can talk about balling.
Yes, they did. Tell the truth.
No.
Your family gave out ring pops.
Big ring pops.
You can only buy those in 4-packs, by the way.
No, my
Smart
mother,
Costco.
for whatever reason, is obsessed with Milk Duds, and what we gave out was
I know, like your mother.
75% Milk Duds.
75% Milk Duds.
I'm friends with Ashley's
I'm
mom
just
on
making
Facebook.
that up, but
Yeah.
no, then I got her to delete you.
Really? Snickers, I think, are probably like number 1 or number 2 for fun size candies. They're basically a meal.
Yeah, they're good in pancakes too.
In pancakes.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, send us in your suggestions for best Halloween candy.
Yeah.
Twix is my favorite candy. Not my favorite in fun size though.
Oh yeah, not enough cookie.
Yeah.
Yeah, or caramel.
Or caramel.
Yeah, stingy on the caramel.
All right, so this week, shout out to the Maybe I'm Crazy podcast, Fantasy Football League. Didn't do well this week. Basically got my ass kicked.
Yeah.
Just really a lot of duds. Jimmy Graham, LeGarrette Blount. Just not a good week for me. And I am now 500, which is very upsetting.
I don't like that we're succeeding and failing together in this league.
Yeah.
It's like constantly 6 and 7.
Yeah, I've
3
dropped
and
to 7th
4.
place. I'm really not okay with that at all. Once in a lifetime though, taking over the number 1 slot. Shout out.
Congratulations, Christopher.
Anyway, happy Halloween. Thanks so much for joining us. Make sure you go and subscribe. Maybe I'm Crazy Podcast on YouTube. Follow us on all our pages at Maybe I'm Crazy Pod. Be safe. Send us pictures of your costumes. We will retweet.
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will. We will show you love. And we appreciate it.
Bye.
Catch you next week.
Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm not.